Hey foodie friends, what are we gonna make today? I was rooting around the house for something the other day and I found these skewers that a friend gave me years ago and they are wonderful. So I decided I'm going to thaw out some steak and I've got some peeled deveined tail off shrimp that I like to rinse off just to make sure there's no leftover legs or shell bits on there. So basically that's my cast of characters, is some leftovers, anything I got around. You can do zucchini or whatever, but I've got some sweet peppers, I've got some onion, my steak, my shrimp, some oil that I'm gonna pour in this little bowl so I can kind of rub it on the food. I'm gonna make it really simple. You can put whatever seasonings you like, but I've noticed that on this type of thing, just some Lowry's salt and ground cumin is amazing on here. I got the grill heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the shrimp and I'll be right back. And here's an example of why I like to just go through and double check that there's no shells. It's a leg and a little shell that was still stuck to this guy. So just clean that off first. So what I did was I rinsed off and cleaned off the shrimp and then just kind of dabbed them dry because I want the oil to stick to them, including the seasonings. And right now I'm going to cut everything on this. We don't have to worry about cross-contamination because it's all going in the same skewer and then it'll be cooked. And then I'll clean this off. I'm going to cut the steak kind of thin. There's no perfect way to do it. It's just however thick or thin you want it to be on the skewer and how fast or slow you want it to cook. Because shrimp is involved, these cook really fast. And so when I cut the peppers, I'm going to try to kind of put them close to the shrimp to protect that so the shrimp doesn't cook too fast because we want the peppers to cook down some too. I just like to cut off anything that might be gristly or, even on filet mignon, which this is, tenderloin, same thing, filet mignon. But I just like to cut any tough parts or chewy parts that might be on it off. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it and looking at my skewer, and I'm just going to make, just kind of small enough squares that are workable. I don't like mine too done, and Brian likes his more done than me, so we'll see how that turns out. So I'm just trying to kind of make them about the same size. Kind of like that. I'm gonna toss these in the bowl. Now, I could oil everything while it's in here because sometimes I have a big pan on the grill and I just oil it all, season all, and throw it on the pan. But because we're skewering it, we're not gonna oil or season until it's on the skewer. All right, so let's go for the peppers. All pre-washed, all ready to go. I'm not as big of a bell pepper fan as my husband is. He loves them. Sometimes these will tend to want to split when you put them on the skewer. So you just try to do it carefully. Sometimes when I get these organic peppers, they only give you red and yellow or red and orange. And I like the red and yellow. The colors are prettier. And they're kind of different like that. But this is what we got this time. It costs a lot more. And I didn't used to care about organic. I really didn't understand it. But certain things like peppers and strawberries, they apparently soak up a lot more of the pesticides, so I just go organic on those. And green peppers, they're not as sweet, obviously. And this too is organic. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on there, mainly for color. Toss it all in. I normally like to use sweet onions. They got a much thicker layers, just better, but I only had yellow onions on hand, so that's what I'm gonna use. Just gonna take them off, and because I know they're gonna split, I'll try to cut them in a way that hopefully they won't split. Technically you want to curl your fingers in so you don't chop off a digit. It's just he and I, so I'm not gonna make a whole lot, so I'll save the rest of this onion for another time. All right, so there's our mixture. Let's start skewering. Do you guys ever make these? And if so, let me know how you do it. And you can also do your little skewers on an indoor grill. I've got this little indoor grill. Look way back in my videos there. And it's a lot of fun. It's like a smokeless grill, and you could do it indoors too. But it happens to be almost 70 degrees outside, and it's February in Virginia, so that's pretty cool that it's that warm. So that's why I figured I'd do some grilling. So really in no particular order, I'm going to try to put this in the direction of the grain of the onion so that it won't split it. It's kind of a big skewer, so let's see how that goes. Now, sometimes you can go sideways and slide the shrimp on, but that'll take up too much room. So I'm just going to go like that, on guard. Since I have a lot of shrimp, I'll probably put 2 or 3 together. Maybe that'll slow them down a little bit. Like that. Maybe you put on a, again, I'm trying to go through the grain, whichever direction that's going, just to protect it a little bit. Let's go for a piece of steak. Don't want to stab your finger. Just kind of slide it on like that. Now we'll change the color a little bit, add a green pepper, just whatever works for you. The only way I can really get him to eat zucchini and stuff is if it's on the grill. He seems to like it that way pretty good. And let's go for an orange pepper. I'm just making the colors kind of pretty. I'm going to kind of smush the shrimp a little bit tighter because, again, you want the steak to be cooked enough and the shrimp not to be cooked too fast. And I'm leaving it down a little bit lower because the way my grill is, you'll see I want to have room that enough can hang out and I can close the grill over it. All right, let's speed things up a little bit. Hold on, we're going to go faster now. Okay, so I'm going to put a little piece of steak at the end because that'll tighten up on the skewer from what I recall in the past, and it'll kind of hold all this together. When I had an onion at the end or some kind of vegetable, it kind of cooks down, gets a little wet, and it just whoop, slides off. All right, 1 down, 2 to go probably because I think I can fit these both on 2 so I don't crowd 1. So I'll be right back. Okay, so they're all skewered up. I haven't oiled or seasoned them yet. And as you see at the ends, I went ahead and put shrimp because they'll tighten up too because I had a little extra shrimp over everything else. I'll pour my oil in the bowl here so it's easier to manage because if you just pour it on top, it's going to go everywhere. All right, so we're going to oil it first. That way everything sticks to it. A little dabble do ya, as they say. Do you remember that old commercial, a little dabble do ya?
Real green, a little dabble do ya, or watch out, the gals will all pursue ya. Now from the makers of Brill Cream.
If you do, you're old, like me. Turn it over, we're gonna oil the other side. I'm holding my oil over the pan so it doesn't drip all over the counter because then it's kind of a pain to clean up later. And the oil is gonna keep everything from drying out. Now I'm going to go light with the seasoning because you can always add, but you can't take away. So when you're sitting down, you can add this to it, whatever seasoning you want, and we're going to have it with some steak sauce. So here we go. Let's do a little slow-mo here. And while we're on this side, we're going to shake on a little bit of cumin. And you don't have to do cumin, but I'm telling you, this stuff is good. I discovered it a couple years ago when they were making rotisserie chicken in a, oh, I don't know, it was like a Latin chicken place where they had a grill, like an indoor. Sometimes they'll grill it or rotisserie it, and it just makes it amazing. So we're gonna go light. This doesn't have any sodium in it, so you don't have to worry about making it too salty. Sometimes it doesn't want to come out real good. You can do like this. That works a little better, like you're spanking a baby. Just enough to give it a little bit of good flavor. Turn it over and season the other side. Not too much. I'm telling you, the shrimp has enough flavor on its own that it doesn't need anything really, but people like to season the heck out of it, so it's whatever you like. All right, let's spank the baby. Certain shakers, you just have to do this. It comes out best that way. Let's go put it on the grill. So what I like to do is just kind of, I'm trying to do this while I'm holding everything to make sure It's going to fit nicely, but that my outer edge can come out so that I can flip it without burning my hands. I wish I had a third eyeball at this point so I can see all different directions at one time. Keep doing that. Okay. So this is how it's starting out. It's already sizzling. It already smells good. I don't know how it's possible. I have my smoker box in the back. So if you have a gas grill, I did a whole video on that too, that I have learned over time, you can actually make it smoky by getting those little wood chips, put them in there. About every 2 or 3 times I'll clean it out and put some fresh wood chips in. So we're going to close it up, come back and check it in a little bit. So I cleaned and sanitized the pan because, you know, I don't want to throw it out and get a whole new pan just for this, because I'm going to put it back in there when I'm done. Look at that. All right, let's check back in a few minutes. Yep, right now our little sensor that sits outside on the shed out there. Let's see if you can see it. There it is. It's pretty cool to have because when you get up on a cold morning or even a hot day or whatever and you want to know how to dress, if it's freezing, if it's regular, if it's blazing hot, my husband just loves this thing. And here's our Valentine's cards to each other. Aren't they cute? So when the kabobs are almost done, I'll just go ahead and heat these up and it'll be ready to go. All right, let's check and see how it's doing. Get a little bit more of a good sizzle going here. I'm going to try to take it off this direct part of the fire. Are your grills like this where the holes are at one end and the other end, so the ends kind of get a little more burnt if you're not careful? I'll try to do like that so it's not directly over that fire. All right, let's check back. Okay, I think we're getting close. Let's give her another flip. Listen to that. See if you can hear it. Oh, dramatic. You want to make sure that the shrimp is no longer clear looking, so it's got a little bit more to go. You want them to have more of a white look to them. A little bit further to go. So it's all done. I don't want to hold it up over the counter because it's still dripping a little, but look at that. Look at, oh, I'm letting the juices drip out. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick taste testing first, and then the husband's going to try it next. And what I'm going to do is serve it all nice and pretty in this serving tray. So you want to get a fork that kind of goes in the same direction as your skewer and just slide them off. And the nice thing about this is if one piece of steak looks more cooked than the other, he can grab that one, I can grab something that's less cooked, versus somebody getting a skewer that they might not necessarily want. But I did my best to make sure it's all cooked evenly. And I have to say I was worried about the steak being overdone, but I think it's going to be just right. You could also put mushrooms on here. I could have done that for me, but he's so picky he doesn't really like mushrooms. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? Yum, yum. All right, let's taste test it. Got me a little plate to try it on. I don't want to eat it out of here like a wild animal and then serve it to him. Don't want to do that. So yeah, the steak is like a perfect medium, maybe even a touch on the medium rare, but yet crispy on the outside. And let's try a shrimp. Looks cooked perfectly. There's nothing worse than an overcooked, dried out shrimp. But it is kind of touchy. Shrimp is kind of funny. And I'm not as huge a fan of the peppers, but I'm definitely going to try an onion. And it's okay, it's got the char. You want it to char, it's going to be too uncooked. I'll try this red pepper here. I do like red pepper pretty much. I'm going for the shrimp first. I know it's gonna be my favorite thing. Can you see that? Looks just right. Come on now. The cumin makes it ridiculous. I'm telling you, that is the secret ingredient. I wish I had discovered that years ago. Just try it. A little bit of seasoned salt, not too much. A little bit of cumin. I'm not gonna have to add anything to it. Now let's try the steak. I like that inside part because it's a little bit more on the medium rare side. And what can I say? It is delicious, extremely tender. And this pepper is cutting very nicely, so I know it's going to be good. Show it to you up close there. You can hear it. It's crunchy, but it's tender on the inside. Last but not least, I'm going to try this onion, and then we'll go see what the husband thinks. Again, it's a little bit crunchy, but kind of tender on the inside. But I do prefer the sweet onions. Like I said, they're thicker, and they're just probably not as tart as a regular yellow onion, which this was. But I just used what I had on hand. That's the whole point of just throwing things together and eating it. All right, let's go see what Brian thinks. So Brian's home from work and he's gonna try it. And he likes to drizzle a little steak sauce on.
All right, let me do a little Western sizzling. Let's see what happens here.
How was your day, honey?
It's good. It's time to eat.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good. It smells really good. So we got orange pepper.
Yeah, try each thing, a little bit of each one, and see how you like it. I have already done my taste testing.
I like these peppers cooked. They're really good. All right, let's try red pepper.
Yeah, the red's my favorite.
Red's got a good taste too.
Yep. That looks like the shrimp.
Let's try some shrimps.
Can you taste the cumin on it? I got just a little bit of seasoned salt on there.
You just put a little steak sauce on it too.
Yeah, steak sauce is good on this type of...
It really is. Looks good. Let's try this onion here.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
It's an onion.
Maybe the steak sauce will make it better.
Not bad.
All right, last but not least, the steak. It's more like a medium. Maybe.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, like a medium.
Yeah, it chews up really well. My chompers are able to get to it pretty good.
All right, cool, let's eat.
Let's eat.
So if you like these type of videos, it would be a huge honor to have you subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.